Hey everybody, Superfluous Jay here with another Factorio for Beginners, and today we are starting our foray into yellow science. Now, yellow science is really high throughput of stuff. However, the stuff that is really high throughput of is stuff that we are making already. One of the reasons why I haven't done any yellow science yet is because I was setting up the infrastructure to make it possible to do it. If you look here, conveniently, yellow science takes 21 seconds to make 3, which is the exact same number as the productivity science. The production science, sorry. They take 21 seconds to make 3. So we know we needed 10 machines to make these. So we know we need 10 machines to make these. We also want them on this other side of this belt, because if you look up here, all the way up at where our science is, this side of the belt is free, and it's going to loop around, and then the yellow science is going to go on this side. So we don't need to run a second belt, which is nice. So I just set these up here to put their output on this side of the belt here, and I'll just throw these inserters here really quick while I'm not doing anything. Oops, can't reach that one because I wasn't close enough. And they need they only need 2, 1, and 3 of these things, so they're not going to have a high input at all. Yellow arms are perfectly fine putting into blue assemblers. We're going to need 2 belts though, so we're going to also have a set of long inserters to grab off of the other belt. And it doesn't matter, also a yellow belt is going to be fine for both of these. And we're good. So really all we need to do now is figure out how to get these things to the machines. And just let my robots do this part right here, the boring part. And basically we need, these are the blue inserters. Sorry, we're in green screen right now because it's nighttime. But these are the blue chips, whatever you want to call them. We'll send them down this line, I guess. So let's go ahead and copy this and just go paste, 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 and that's good enough. So we'll just and we'll do a splitter because I'm not 100% sure if we're going to need more down the line. Flying robot frames, I know we won't need more down the line. And low density structures, I know we will need more down the line. So I'm going to send these guys like this. And that's literally it. Now they're going to start putting these ingredients in the machines. The machines are going to start running eventually. There we go. They're chugging along. They are going to take a very long time to make their ingredients, but when they do, they are going to start sending their ingredients up, and we're going to start researching the last of the things that we need in order to make ourselves fully decked out, so we can take on the last few biters that we need to take out to get our expansion going. I want to take out probably at least these guys, if not all 4 of these. And we're going to do that with a new set of armor and a new set of offensive tools, we will say. Here's our first science. I think I'm going to ride this belt all the way up because I don't have anything else to do until we have these science packs done. And I will meet you up at the labs. Are you excited? I'm excited. We haven't researched anything new in a long time, any new tier of science, and this is the final tier of the regular game. The extended game has another science pack in it that I will talk about, but I'm not gonna really go into it too much. So this is the last time I'm really gonna pay attention to the labs. Their arms are grabbing the science packs, they're sending them up, and we are slowly ticking down our military science. It's gonna speed up as more packs come down the line, but that's basically it. The packs are trickling in, and they're going to trickle in for the foreseeable future. So once again, I am going to put you on hold as I watch things go, and notice that my red science packs have no copper whatsoever. None copper. We are out of copper. That's what happens when you start producing a lot of stuff. I might need to, yeah, I knew I was going to need to double my copper trains. I guess now is the time that I'm going to need to double my copper trains. I have an entire 4-line of copper ready to go, and I think it is time to set up another copper train. So let's go ahead and do that, actually, while we're doing science, because that's going to obviously cause a lot of problems. And unlike iron, I do want copper to actually be doubled. And unlike, let's see, here's a trick. Okay, now I've put this train down, and I want to copy the copper train that I already have, but he's way down at the copper mine. So I can click on the station that I know that copper train goes to. Then I can click on the train himself, and then there he is. Sadly, he's moving. So I guess I'll just wait for him to come back. If he was stationary, I could look at him in map mode, and then I could get him. But he'll be here in a second. He's coming up and around. He's coming down right now. So I'm going to copy his car, paste it into this guy, hit enter on him, and then say go to pick copper. And I'm actually going to follow this train because it's important what he does. I could tap that little iron section up there fairly easily in order to get more iron to the base, and I might. But yeah, this train's coming down. He's going now. We only have one copper pick station, and that obviously has to change. So let's go ahead and fix that right now. I guess we can copy all of this stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then we'll fix these. We'll fix these lines. Because unlike the iron station, we actually have 4 full lines of stuff coming to these copper mines. So what we can do here is we can split this one here, and then run this line this way to here. So that he runs to these two, and then this one here will be the run that runs to these guys. And then I think that's it. This splits off to go to these two. I guess he doesn't really need to be balanced together, but we can do that. And then this one splits off to these two. And we're going to need to... Did he didn't get the name? Pick copper. No, he got the name. And we'll need a chain signal here. And another chain signal here. And we'll actually take the signal off, because we don't want anybody to come in here until they can get to a station. So now the next train to come down, though, should go to this station. Yeah, see now, and we're using both drop copper stations because both of the trains have come in. And I can say open this location in the map, and then I can look. Now, he's actually not unloading fast enough to fill the belts, which is kind of crazy. These belts should be running full speed. And they're not, because they're coming in on this side of the line. So now the problem is back at the base. So let's say our train's coming back. So yeah, as soon as our train comes back, we'll hop in it. He should, oops, I'm in map mode. He should go to this station here. So I'll just stand here and wait for him to pull up. There he is. And then these guys will load very quickly, assuming there's enough ore in the boxes. But there's no sense making you wait, right? So let's go ahead and let this guy come out here, unload his stuff. Now, I also never set these up to actually send ore or send the plates to the base, so we're going to do that. And what I think I'm going to do here, yeah, I've got yellow lines coming off, so I really can only have one. There can only be one of these. And that's going to be 4 lines of copper. 4 red lines of copper. So, it's going to get ugly. This is where the spaghetti starts happening. Because we technically still also have this copper here. Oh, it's out of... This guy's out of coal. Did I snap my... Oh, no, you know what? I think we're out of coal. We are completely and utterly out of coal up here. End of another era. Look at that. Jeez. Got so many things happening. Yep, all of these coal miners are done. So I can just get rid of them. And we don't need this anymore. Don't need this or this anymore. We can now... This guy can just go like that. And I believe this line here is what sends coal to the smelters. And also, I think it's what sends coal down the bus. So we need to make sure... Yeah, we have coal coming off this way. Going to the bus. So we don't want this anymore. Yeah, this was... Because what I'm going to do here is... This is no longer necessary. We can... I guess... This is supposed to be a red line. I guess we can set it up like this. There we go. For the time being, though, I'm going to take the coal in my inventory, just shove it in there, and actually, let's turn logistics off and get this all out of my thing, and we'll just throw coal in all these things. And now that we're not dragging coal off of this line to take into the bus, what I can do is right here, I can start sending solid fuel down. And solid fuel is a perfectly fine substitute for coal. I could have, secondarily, I could have taken the coal that's coming off the train here and loop it up and around. Either way works fine. We just need fuel in these smelters so that they're making stuff, so that we finally clear out these other patches. But yeah, the coal patch is gone. The only patch from the original center area here is this copper patch. Which is, yeah, it's backed up because there was no fuel. But now that it's starting to run, it'll those things will start loading the belt again. Yeah, we're finally getting the fuel to the smelters here, so that's good. But sorry, sometimes you have to take care of the fires as they get lit. So speaking of fire, I hate the way all this looks. I think I'm going to run these guys up here. Whoops. So that we can just merge them kind of into this copper line here. Or I could run them down. I'm going to run them down this line. Let's see. This is that coal line that I don't need anymore. Or actually, no, this was an old copper line that I'm not using anymore. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send this copper down this way. So I can send these guys. I can hit the right buttons. They're not going to make it that far. Down. Oh. Here. And then these here. if we look, these are alongside the. We're out of freaking belts again. I should just double my request for red belts. Where's the box? There it is. We'll just take all of them. I'll actually put these blue belts back because I'm not going to use them. I guess I don't have any undergrounds on me. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and that was done. We're done with research, so we can start making our things. That's good that our research is running at a fairly good pace now. I was a little bit worried with the lack of copper that we were gonna actually have a problem with that. Now, what I want to do here is I want to actually cut this off, and I want to send this guy. Let's see. This is a yellow belt, so I want to send this guy like this. I want to send half of his stuff down here. This is this copper line here. This is going to be dedicated. So actually, this can be yellow the whole way down. This is dedicated for oh, I did it wrong. Oh well, no big deal. This line here though is that copper line is dedicated for this green circuit factory. And then we're going to have this copper line here, the next one down, dedicated for these two guys. So we don't need these anymore. Just going to draw these back in. Okay. Then we're going to put a red splitter here. And let's see, I can't tell what kind of belt this is. This is a red belt. So we're going to want red undergrounds here. And then we want yellow lines, because that's really all that it can afford, going off on these. And then now the copper coming out of this one train is all going to feed copper production. And then to mitigate the fact that we're potentially not going to use it all, let me get these guys going this way. Then this guy is also going to go this way, and then any excess off of here we can feed into this line here. And it should be a red belt. There we go. So what we're doing here is we've got two lines coming down, and in theory they could fill these lines. They could fill this yellow line and this yellow line. If they don't, we're going to shove it over here so it goes on this line, and anything that can't get on this line is going to go on this line and then get fed into the main line so it can go down to further pastures. Similarly, this guy, when he splits off, we're going to do the same thing. We want to force stuff to go this way, but anything that can't, we're just going to send it into this. And I think, no, it's the wrong way. We want it to go right. And fill these up. And then we need an upgrade planner because we need this to all be red belts. Particularly, we want these to all be red belts, which it looks like they are. And then from here down, we want these to be red belts. And then from here down, we want all 4 of these to be red belts. And we want that all the way down. At least until we start seeing for a fact that we're not using up copper. And the base spots are helping, which is nice. My bots are doing a lot of the work, though. Come on. There we go. Bring that upgrade planner back. And let's see, here's where we're starting the upgrading. Go all the way to here. Yeah, anywhere that these green circles still are. Now that my night vision's off, that means the base bots have already reserved those for their own use. Not sure why we don't have splitters on these ones. We have them up here, right? Yeah. Oh, there we go. And let's keep it up. Let's keep up the train here of upgrading. Because copper, we're now in the end game, and copper is the draw now. We want as much copper as we can possibly get down to these places. So I'm just going to run this all the way down here. And we'll have to make another pass after all this because the bots I've run out of belts. But I want this all the way down to here. And then I can let my poor little bots recharge themselves because I made them run the whole way across. There we go. Okay. And look at this. Guess what we're out of? We're out of red circuits. So now we need to address the fact that we're low on red circuits. This is the Factorio way. We're constantly running out of something, and then because we're running out of that something, we need to get more stuff. Now, one of the reasons we're running out of red circuits is we don't have the throughput on the belts that we have determined we need in order to get this stuff going. We don't have red belts yet. So let's head up here and get ourselves some red belts. Not sure why nobody's bringing me any, but oh, I know why, because I've turned my logistics off. So let's actually get rid of a bunch of these yellow belts. And some of these yellow undergrounds and yellow splitters that we just don't need. While we're at it, let's get rid of all this junk. Don't need fuel. We don't need these. Should probably keep the gun turrets. Yeah, just let the bots do their thing. Come over here so that we're close to these the boxes that they're putting the stuff in. Let them empty from us even quicker. Anything else? No, we still got some logistics. I'm just going to take this out and stuff it in there manually. And then, of course, they're going to bring me all the other junk that I need. These guys, are they waiting to recharge? They're waiting to recharge. Okay. Whenever you see a bot standing still, it's a good idea to figure out what they're doing, because they might be out of storage space, which would be bad, and that would show up down here. 103 entities are missing material for construction. That'll just happen eventually. But for now, we can do these, and it's probably the ones that are down south anyway, that's in this logistic network down here. That those bots can't do it, but my bots will be able to once we get down there. And this isn't even strictly necessary, this line. I'm just going to do it because I've got it. And we're actually out of red belts again, which is hilarious. Okay, while I'm running back up to do more, let's talk about power armor. You have seen me make all these armors up to power armor, which I have currently in my thing. Power Armor Mark II is just better power armor, and we're gonna make it by hand in my hand. We need speed module tools and efficiency module tools, which is nice that we have them. One of the reasons I've been making these. We need, I don't remember how many we need, 25 of each, so half a stack. So I'm just gonna take half a stack of those, and then we've got them here. Let's see, 25. So there's 11. There's 21, and then we just need 4 more. There's 4 more. So there, boom. 25 of those, 25 of those. Then we need 30 low-density structures, 40 electric engine units, and a bunch of processing units. Which, see, yeah, we're out of because we're running low on processing units because we're running low on red circuits. So there's the processing units. That should be enough of those. I'm sorry, low-density structures. Yes. So now we need electric engines and processing units. Yeah, we've kind of used up our processing units, which is a little sad, but we can clean off the ones on the ends of the belts, and yeah, those ones are gone. And yeah, the only place they're going is here into robots, which, or I'm sorry, I say robots. I meant, make more of these. So yeah, we're out of them. So, how many more do we need? We need about 20. So I'm just gonna I cut that line off so that it won't use any more of them. Like it won't send any more elsewhere. Then when I come back down, I'll have them. Here's electric engines. We've got plenty of those. So now the only thing we should need is the processing units. Yeah. And this is going to allow me to make the power armor. And this is something that you could automate it. You could put it in a assembler and get that done. But there's really no reason to. The goal here is to make this thing once. So I'm going to sit here and wait till I have my processing units, and then I'm going to make my power armor. I'm going to, while I'm waiting for him, I think I'm going to head up and see if I can resolve the red circuit issue easily. And if I can, I'll come back. Well, the red circuit problem is a plastic problem. We are not making enough plastic to get on this line. Now we are now because I've kind of fixed it a little bit, but not all of these plastic factories are running, which is a problem. Like we should see smoke out of every single one of these smokestacks. And if you look here, we just don't have the petroleum in the pipe. And the reason we don't have the petroleum in the pipe is we have plenty of oil. We don't have enough of these refineries cracking. So I want to double the refineries. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm not going to bother with it now. It's too much of a problem, and I'm not going to deal with it. It's a problem I'm not going to deal with because, sometimes you just don't want to deal with problems. You just sweep them under the rug and pretend they don't happen, and everything works out fine. But another problem is we don't have efficiency 3s in those assemblers up there, so we're not as efficient as we could be. And then the other problem, of course, is that I don't feel like dealing with some of these problems, and then they don't get dealt with. But anyway, let's have some fun here. Let's make some toys instead of dealing with our problems. Power Armor Mark II is the best power armor of the game, period. It's end of story. It's the highest tier of armor, and as soon as we make it, you're going to see how awesome it is. If you look here on my character, we can click here and open up the equipment grid and see what it looks like. You see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 7 slots by 7, right? Power Armor Mark II, when I put that on, oh, that's funny. It didn't upgrade that. That seems like a bug. Anyway, it's was it 9 by 9, 10 by 10. So it adds, it doubles. It goes from 7 by 7 is 49, 10 by 10 is 100. So it more than doubles the amount of stuff in that you can put in your armor. So what I want to do here is, oh, I think I just dumped a bunch of stuff on the ground. I did this the last time. I changed my armor as well, and I think I did it at the same factory. Let's see, where's that other armor? I think I dropped it on the ground. I did. Okay, let's put this armor back on. Let's go pick up all the junk we dropped on the ground. Oh, we can let this go again now. Go and pick all the junk up off the ground. I think that's everything. Yes, it is, and I need to pause the game for a moment. A pre-stealth edit, if you will. And I'm back, but I just noticed that we're at about a half hour of recording time, so I am going to end the episode here, and we'll pick it up tomorrow and deck out our brand new armor when the time comes. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.